Okay, let's get started with the virtual memory. Before the virtual memory, we can learn about the memory. Memory is a device which stores the information or data for temporarily or permanently. It depends upon the desired. The memory hierarchical classification we can see here. It's a registry, cache, and memory and virtual memory. The hierarchical classifications of the memory. And it comes to virtual memory in the OS abstraction that gives the programmer the illusion of an address space that may be larger than the physical address space. A virtual memory can be implemented either by using a paging or segmentation. We have different types of pagings and segmentations, but paging is presently most commonly used. Moreover, all the world over, we'll use the paging to create a virtual memory. Actually, a combination is usually used, but segmentation scheme is typically very simple. That is a example is the fixed numbers of a fixed size segments. And it comes to a virtual memory. The programmer doesn't have to deal with the fact that individual machines may have different amount of physical memories. The fragmentation is a multi-programming environments in the virtual memory, and we can say the virtual memory segmentation process. There is a job 0 and the job 1. uh, they have given a time slots, and the process and the jobs are done in the consecutive way, uh, and the job data will be stored in the virtual memories. The virtual memory management, it comes to virtual memory management and virtual memory operating systems. In the virtual memory management, will be having the background and demand paging. We've already seen the demand paging is used to implement the virtual memory, and the demand segmentation tool is used to implement the virtual memory, and the paging consideration and page replacements algorithms and virtual memory policies. And what are the properties of the virtual memory? We will be seeing. Now it comes to background. The separation of user logical memory from physical memory. The separation. What is the difference between the logical memory and the physical memory, which will be understood by the background? Only a part of a program needs to be in memory for execution. The logical address space can therefore be much larger than physical address space, allows the address space to be shared by several processes. The virtual memory allows more efficient process for creation. It is more efficient when compared to the other memories, the virtual memories. The programs run concurrently and without any breakdown. Less 1.5 needed to load or swap the process. These are the background procedure of a virtual memory. When it comes to demand paging is used to implement the virtual memory. Could bring the entire process into memory at a load time, or a page into memory when it is needed, or when it required. Less 1 by 0 needed, non necessary. Less memory is needed for the virtual memory, and more users can access it. Similar to paging system with the swapping. We can use paging or swapping. We can see the diagrams over there, and the page is needed reference to it. Invalid reference about or not in memory bringing to memory, or where swapping. In the swapping we have a lazy swapper. Never swaps a page into memory unless page will be needed. The lazy swapper never swaps the page until the page needed. The swapper that deals with the pages is the pager. The pager. You will do in the button. The pager is a keyword which is used in the lazy swapper, which is defined as a swapper that deals with the pages. It is a swapping device which is used for the dealing the pages. I mean swapping the pages. And the next feature is page replacement. Prevent over allocation of memory. The memory is allocated. The data is allocated in the memory, and the more over allocation is avoided by the page replacements, and by modifying the page fault service routine to include the page replacement. We can also modify the data by using the page replacements. Use modify bit to reduce the overhead of a page transfers. Only modified pages are returned to disk. The page replacement completes separation between the logical memory and physical memory, and the large virtual memory can be provided on the smaller physical memory. Okay, page replacement makes the difference between the virtual memory and the logical memory, which separates the both of them. And the page replacement makes an efficient way to view. to with the physical memory, but the virtual memory is very large. And next is we'll see the virtual page replacements, graphical diagrams. It's a frame, it's a valid bit, and the change to invalid key R, and 0 is the key which is reset the page, and it's a physical memory F victim, and the swapping device and swapping pages, swapping arrows too, and the virtual address space. When it comes to virtual address space, usually design the logical address space for the stack to start max logical address and grow down while heap grows up. Maximizes the address space user, virtual address space, unused address space between the two holes. No physical memory needed until heap or stack grows to a new page. Enable space, address space with holes left for growth, dynamically linked libraries, and etc. And it comes to the system libraries shared via mapping into virtual address spaces. The libraries are shared via virtual mappings here. The shared memory by mapping pages, read, write into virtual address space. The pages can be shared during fork speeding process creation. The pages can be shared while the process is going on also. That's the advantage of the virtual address space. And instruction restart. The instruction return, it is considered an instruction that could access the several locations. It can be used to access the several locations in the data. Auto increment, decrement, the properties it can make auto increment and decrement, or it can block the move, or it can restart the whole operation. The main use of the instruction restart is used to restart the whole operation. And it's an let's get started with the demand paging. What are the stages in a demand paging? Demand paging is used to create an virtual memory. So the stages in the demand paging are 12 stages. They are trap to the operating system, save the user register and process state, determine that the interrupt was a page fault, check that the page references was legal, and determine the location of a page on the disk. Issue a read from the disk to free frame and wait in the queue for this device until the read request is serviced. Wait for the disk sleep and latency time. Begin the transfer of the page to the free frame. While waiting, allocate the CPU to some other user. Receive an interrupt from the disk IO subsystem. Save the register and process it for the other user. Determine that the interrupt was from the disk. Correct the page table and other tables to show page is now in memory. Wait for the CPU to be allocated to the process again. And last one is restore the user register, process state, a new page table, and then resume the interrupted instruction. So these are the stages in the paging demand. Next, the performance of a demand page. There are three major activities which includes the demand paging. There service the interrupt means careful coding means just several hundred instructions to be needed. The next one is the read the page, lots of times to get the corrections. Restart the process again if you got any error in a just small time. And the page fault rate. Page fault rate is in between the 0 and 1. If the p is equal to 0, there will be no faults, and if the p is equal to 1, every reference is a fault. If p is 0, no fault, p1, there will be a fault. Effective access time, EAT. Effective access time, the formula of EAT is 1 minus p into memory access. P is a page fault rate, so we will be getting the effective access time of a demand paging. And the demand paging example, these are the examples of the demand paging. Memory access time is 200 nanoseconds. Average time will be given and EAT is given. And if you want the performance degradation, which is less than 10%, and if one EAT is equal to 1 minus p into 200 plus p of 8 milliseconds, and 1 minus p into 200 plus p into 8 milliseconds, that if one access out of 1000 causes a page fault, then the EAT value will be 8.2 microseconds. The EAT value means effective access time value. Here the formula will be the 8.2 microseconds, which is shown down by a factor of 40. If you want a performance degradation which is less than 10%, enable the calculations, and one page fault in every 40,000 memory accesses. So you'll be getting errors, and which can be identified by using EAT method. And this is all about the virtual memory.